Good morning. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit tired. I just did a training program on what I'm actually allowed to say. Oi. I know this is not a free platform. I got a violation for a little clip of my morning report, which is, or whatever, yesterday, and they've taken it down. It's a daily diary with a page ripped out. That's all it is. Stream of thought. That's what I try and do when I wake up. When I wake up, and I know I'm going to be. Oh, man. God, I've been seeing so much stuff. I suppose really that I ought to abandon ship, really. I mean, but it's not me. I won't abandon ship, and I will appeal, because whatever came out of my mouth yesterday morning is going to come out of my mouth probably today in some form, and that's my right to freedom of speech. It's just an opinion. Good morning. Thursday, January 2nd, 2025, and I just got a slap on the wrist for yesterday's content in the Nomad, which is me, Nigel the Nomad. I could go live on some other platform, but that other platform is also owned by somebody else who has violation restrictions. It was medical misinformation. They've given me a severe slap on the wrist and said that they took the content down because it was medical misinformation. In my life, rules and regulations that apply to me, I have often found a workaround. If I disagreed with a rule or a regulation, but I am a responsible human being, and I live in a civil society where my freedom of speech is protected. And I wasn't telling anybody what they should and shouldn't do. But these wonderful people who run this company that allow me to upload this content seem to think they know better than me about what I should and shouldn't say, and whether or not I'm entitled to an opinion. I never tell people what they should and should not do. I may give advice, but it's just an opinion. I'm already limited by the algorithms that, because I've been this close before where they give me warnings. Oh, they give me more notifications. All right. Slap on the wrist. This is Google. I'm now in Google Studios. I think I'm in my own mobile home. This, it literally is a mobile home. It's a motorhome. I could drive off into the sunset, which I think they hope I would do, because I'm talking about freedom of speech, and I think that I'm entitled to say most things. I think I'm entitled to say anything I want, but this will get me shut down. But I don't believe I gave any medical misinformation yesterday. I am entitled to an opinion. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just saying I did and I didn't. Oh, well. What can you do? I get all choked up sometimes. So what are we going to talk about that is just an opinion this morning? I mean, my opinion is I know I can talk about personal things that are real to me. All right. Can I do that? There's a man receiving medical treatment who lives next door, like in a room in the house next door to where I am currently parked. He's dying of cancer. He's got terrible. I mean, it's awful to witness. I mean, I know do I know? He told me that his doctor has told him, because this man is a compulsive liar. He really is. He's a manipulator of people's empathy for his own ingratiation. He's getting medical treatment that has failed. I mean, he's got 3 different types of cancer and blah blah blah. But he's been going to the doctors on a regular basis, or was, and we had an argument, because I live in a commune. There's like 6 or 7 people that live within this compound that I live in, and it's not a prison, it's a compound. Oh, morning, Juicy and Lucy. Yay. Oi, oi. Anyway, he's been getting medical treatment for cancer. He also has several physical ailments like hips and knees. I mean, he's a big dude, and he used to be a professional. Well, in his youth, he was a professional wrestler, I believe. I believe him about certain issues, certain stories that he told me, but a lot of the stories he told me were to manipulate me. They were absolute 100% lies that have been proven to be lies already. And then yesterday he got into a confrontation with one of my other friends who lives in a trailer over here. Well, way over here. They don't get along, which is fine, but normally it's like silence between them. But my friend, she decided to confront him on certain issues, and he went into active denial. I mean, just super active denial. And they're obvious things. I mean, he's belligerent, he's angry, he's mean, he's alcoholic, He has fallen over several times and expected people to help him. I mean, he needs to be in a home, a care home or a hospital or something. And we've tried by contacting his family, because he still has family that's alive, saying something needs to be done. He's going to do himself harm, and he's actually doing harm to others right now because he's going around being mean and nasty. And anyway, so it all blew up yesterday, and I'll have to see the fallout from that. I don't want to talk anymore about YouTube not letting me say what I want to say, but it's are we not entitled to an opinion? And if we are entitled to opinion, what can we do with it? That's my freedom of speech right there. Did you get it? No? Okay. They'll probably glitch the screen in a minute. So, got any questions, Juicy and Lucy? Because I'd rather answer questions. I think it's better that I answer questions. Let's have some fun. Let's chat. I don't know. I mean, I include you, but this is, we'll chat soon. Let's chat about the thing we saw, because I saw you were in the chat room of another podcast. Oh yeah, the Melt with Emily. You were in that chat room last night, and that was fun. We've realised we live in a museum. Yeah, somewhat true, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's somewhat of a goldfish bowl, really. I mean, you grow to the size of the goldfish bowl, and you know, well, if you're in a museum, then you're probably in one of those presentation cases in a museum, and it's like you don't see the glass, and people are looking at you, and then you recognize that this glass is actually being, it's not glass, it's something that's being projected on you to give you the illusion that it's free. So you start knocking on the glass, and wait a minute. Nope. No. Am I free? Wait a minute. Am I free? Am I free now? Wait a moment. I'm in the land of the free, right? Home of the brave? Can you let me out of this box? I'm stuck in it. Let me out of this box. Oh no. The big theme park I'm trapped in at the moment. Yeah. It's a roller coaster. There was the wonderful monologue that Bill Hicks did at the end of his performance in London many years ago before he died. Yeah, life's a roller coaster. It is. Oi, oi, oi. Nice cup of coffee. I've got the heater on. I do have some clothes on. Kind of respectable street. Kinda. Oh, on a personal level, people I'm interacting with. Yesterday, when I was chatting to a friend about this belligerent man that's being a real bull in a china shop in our compound and being an asshole. Are you allowed to say asshole? Oh, asshole. I can say asshole. It's fine. It's just an opinion. Anyway, I was talking to another friend of mine, and he's had an interaction with this guy outside of our little community here. But he was saying that somebody's got to shut him up. And I'm like, no, 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 no. It's not about shutting him up. It's about having a kinder interaction instead of being a mean. I mean, lots of people here have a few drinks, have a little smoke, little puff puff, you know what I mean? And all that stuff. But none of them become mean drunks or belligerent drunks or crazy, like violent or aggressive. He does. And on top of his on top of his life of lies that he's told us how he got to this place in order to get us to play. Oh, poor fella, you know, in order to play on our sympathies and our empathy, all the tales that he told. Well, I've talked to his ex-wife and I've talked to his daughter and his sons, but I'm going to try and get hold of his brother and say something's got to be done. But it's all the fabric of lies that he's told has created this homunculus that he is. I mean, one of the other guys that's here, because this guy has problems walking and falls over a lot and he's drunk a lot. Often he's feeling his way around. Now, I've seen this before with people who aren't physically injured in any way, which this man is physically injured. But I've seen it before with friends who get drunk, is that they lose all their stability and the world's spinning. And they walk around like trying to hold on to things. Well, that's what he does all the time now. And this other guy who lives here, he's Frankenstein, isn't he? I said, well, yes, because he's made up of different parts of a lie. So he's going to fall apart. Anyway, people have changed in the last 4 years. Ooh. Yes, they have. I wonder why. There are things I'm not allowed to say, but I do believe that people have changed a lot in the last 4 years. Yes. I was playing this game with another friend of mine called Spot the Brain Cell. Intelligent people that I used to talk to often on any subject, and I try and engage them in a conversation now, and it's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? So yeah, people are changed. People are changed. When you're a changer, if you're a changer, Fauci did it. Oh, whoops. Am I allowed to say that? Juicy phones are hard to get paid from customers. No one wants to pay you. It's all getting kind of weird. We work on zero trust now. Yeah, I mean, gosh. I mean, luckily, because I'm a bit of a twat and I'm a bit of a... I wonder if I'm allowed to say the word cunt. Oops. Because I could be a bit of a cunt. Whenever I'm asked to do a little job here and there, I always say, yeah, but I need half the money up front because I'm poor, mate. I need half the money up front before I'll agree to, I'll agree to do the job, but I need half the money up front. And it's not just based in mistrust. It's based in the idea that they have a reason to hire me. So I need a token of what I'm going to get paid. I actually yesterday just got paid for a job I did the finished payment. So I try and get half up front. Oh, yeah, we can put an A in it if you're a Cockney. I'm not a Cockney though, am I? I'm a West Country boy. Juicy from yeah. It's fucked up. I don't. Oh, I put an A in it. Well, I'd say fuck. Fuck. Yeah, feck. If I'm Irish, I can say feck. I don't know. I mean, it's all gone flippity flop. It's I believe in every drop of rain that falls. I don't know what I believe. I do. I know what I believe. I know that I'm here for a reason, and I've got things to do. And one of the things was having fun, talking to a screen, and making a daily diary, and maybe commenting on what's going on in the world that I can actually hold on to as some sort of truth, because it's it's experiential. When you experience truth, you don't have to dig deep into history. I know it's important to do that too, and to do your research and try and find out why and where and what and how. But if you give your opinion on why and where and what and how, it has to be based in some evidential reality that works for you, but that doesn't necessarily work for the platform that you're saying your evidential truths on. So is everything a lie? See, that's where I get to every time they say you can't say that, you can't do that. It's like, well, why? I mean, I don't want to sound like my kids when they were 2 years old. Why? You're not allowed to. Why? Why? What's the color of it? Why? What is it? Why? I don't want to get like that. I don't want to get spun. I know why you want me to just shut up, and you're going to silence me because my opinion isn't popular for the narrow path you tread. My opinion is about expanse and not about contraction, and that's the real reason. And it's not that I have any more or less knowledge than anybody else. I'm just willing to share it, and my willingness to share it might influence some people away from the path that you have laid for us. There is a path that has been laid for us over the last 4 or 5 years, and that if you're not on that path that they told you to get on, then you are going to be told you're a very naughty boy and put and put in a cage or put in a box, and so you have to rebuild community from nothing, which is okay, because I think that's a good idea in some cases anyway. But the point is, I'm not saying anything that's contentious. I'm just giving you my I'm just giving you my opinion, and you better fucking listen. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, yeah. Russian Doll. Yeah, that was really good. See, that's the thing. It's like, if you think of a Russian Doll, or as I've put in the lyrics of some of my songs, it's like peeling an onion. You keep going, every time you think, oh, it's like, but you're the onion, you're the Russian doll. It's like, okay, what's inside of me? Oh, another one. The same. What's inside of me? I'm at the core the same thing I am on the outside. What they want is you to be inside their version of you. That's why the Russian doll analogy is really good, because they've painted this picture of you. You know, I mean, I think I bought one in. No, I know I bought one. Where did I buy it? Covent Garden. You know, the market at Covent Garden. When I was in London, I bought a Russian doll for my ex, or one of my kids or whatever. But I think they still got it. But it's knowing that what they paint on the outside of you is their impression of you, and no matter how many times you can change that, they want that to be the same one. We painted it. No, don't change. Don't be at your core any different from you are. See, I always thought that you should put in the very last, you know, the little tiny teeny Russian doll in the middle. You should put something that's completely different from the outside, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to make versions of you. I don't want to get into the cloning, but you know, they're going to make versions of you that are palatable for them. And who are you and who are they? Fuck knows. Don't know. To be completely non-committal, but flexible and open to new ideas. No one can pin you down. Absolutely, 100%. Gosh, you know, I when I first came to Los Angeles, and I realized this is the place I'm going to stay. There were lots of incidents that happened that would normally put off a tourist, which I was, and I still think of myself as a tourist on this planet. Just do. I mean, it's not inconceivable, is it? Um, you know, somebody said, where I love your accent, man, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. He said, where you from, man? And I said, well, I was dropped off in England, and that's where I got the accent from. But I eventually made my way to California, where I think I was supposed to be dropped off in the first place. And he said, what do you mean dropped off, man? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where I came from. I'm certainly not a product of the environment I was born into. It was very limiting. I mean, tiny houses with people shouting all the time, and then loads of rules about what you can and cannot do. I mean, I was like, no, this ain't my place. So, anyway, I like being in a vehicle. I like being in a vehicle. In other words, I'm not static. I won't be static. I'm not a static human being. I'm more of a floater, you know? It's like I'm going to go where I can have some impact and some influence on others. And they're going to say, no, 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 no. The digital. Stay analog. This is a part of, you know, lots of these conversations that I joined. The one was interesting last night. Thank you for pointing that out, Juicy Lucy. It was interesting because I believe Emily has a very, very brilliant mind. Um, I think The Melt is a very good show, and they have lots of different guests on. They're both very intelligent pickers of people's experiences and their minds and their beliefs, and they open people up because it's a male and female couple. I mean, you should have your own show like The Melt, because you two guys bring out what the reality that we hold inside, which is really just a belief system. Everything outside of this Russian doll you're seeing is perceived by me. It's not. It's not. It's not that it's not real. It's just that it was working within a bigger system, then has now changed to the point where it's trying to change me, and I don't want to be changed. I want to be ever opening. I open. I'm not going to close. I'm not closing shop. You're not shutting me down. I won't let it happen. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah. Dropped off being the keywords. Yeah. I mean, this is a holiday place. I'm a traveler. I've always been a traveler. It's in my blood, but it's not necessarily in my blood or DNA. Sorry, that's one of the things I got a strike for. I shouldn't say DNA because there's no such thing as oops. Anyway. Oh, this is too limiting. 30 minutes. Let's see if this 30 minutes gets banned. I'm going to get on with my day. I love you, Juicy and Lucy, and we should chat. The trouble is, where do we chat? And if we do chat, is it limited to breaking up this digital interaction? I would love to sit and talk with you again. I have a friend who is also an open-minded woman who lives on the East Coast in Maine, and she was recently in Portland. And then she said, yeah, but I was in Portland, Oregon, and there's a Portland here in Maine. I said, oh, I have open-minded friends who live in Portland in England, and there's so many port lands, we can so let's go to a port and land. Let's transport and land together somewhere where we can have a chat. We'll do a StreamYard. We can chat for as long as we want. That'd be lovely. I'd love that, because the limitations that they're trying to put upon our personal growth are both active, obviously, and fluctuating, and we can raise above that frequency and just go, nah, you're going to take me to level what? No way. All right. Cheers then. I love you and look forward to a free and beautiful and wonderful existence on this human journey. It's not a prison unless you willingly walk in and close the door behind you. Don't do that. Stay free, stay organic, be lovely, be kind, be caring, and be. I'm sorry. This reminds me of the scene in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where he comes back from treatment and he acts like an automaton. When he's shuffling in Jack Nicholson. And you can see the disappointment on all the other inmates. And then he does his little smile. I'm going to keep my little smile. They haven't got me yet. Oh, no. Let them think they got you sometimes. That way they'll leave you alone. And then you can do some damage. Oops. Repairs. Love you. Happy New Year. Oh, be your best. Be your best. They're testing you. I love you. Bye.